KeKe Wyatt's stance on biracial people is getting a lot of attention. During an online discussion about how Blacks are mistreated and humiliated, she says, you have to understand, Black people are not the only people that have been oppressed. They are not the only ones, my nigga. Jewish people have been oppressed, okay? I can keep going. I'm sorry, she's saying Jewish people have been oppressed, yes. I can keep going. I'm biracial, damn it. We've been effing oppressed. KeKe has the right to speak her mind, of course, about being biracial, but do you think she missed the point of all of this? What are your thoughts? I know we talked a little bit on the chat about this outburst of Miss KeKe.
Yeah, I think she missed the point because I think it's just like with everybody else with the BLM. You know what I mean? It's like they wanted to say and such and such matters too. And it's like, we didn't say that they didn't matter too, but we're just talking about this subject right now. We're trying to shed light on this. You know what I mean? We're not taking away anything from you, but this right here is what's at hand. So I think she missed the point. And she was very aggressive with it too. I know aggression very well.
You do.
She know.
You do.
Okay.
Selena, what do you think? Selena, you guys friends?
KeKe Wyatt is my friend. Her mother is my girl. Her brothers are my family. And that is my girl. A lot of times when KeKe tries to make a point, sometimes she's very misunderstood. KeKe, she grew up very difficult. You know, she had a hard growing up. And so I like to compare her to my grandmama. My grandmama was mixed. My grandmama was white and Creole. And my grandmama used to tell me all the time, she never was Black enough with the Black kids and used to get shot in her legs with BB guns by the white kids. So she had it hard on both sides. And so KeKe would tell me stories how it was hard for her on both sides. So her anguish and her concern is genuine, but because of the way sometimes KeKe expresses herself, because she's just real raw and cut, you know what I'm saying? Word. It doesn't always come out as cute and pretty with a bow on it. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't always come out like it should, politically correct. And I feel like, you know, Claudia, you would really be able to identify with some of the issues that she's trying to speak about. I don't necessarily feel like, you know, she's saying that Black lives, you know, Black people are not oppressed. I think it came out wrong because she is indeed, in fact, regardless of whether she's a mulatto or not, she is a Black woman, you know, and lives her life as a Black woman, really, you know what I'm saying? But she has to be able to identify with her white side because her mother and her mother are extremely close. Her mother is a white woman, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel that she was trying to dismiss Black people, but I think it came out wrong. I do know her personally, and that's my girl, that's my dog, and she's a sweetheart, and she would never say anything against Black people, but I just think that she was trying to push her point too as, hey, I've had it tough as a
Can I say that I think that, you know, a lot of times with celebrities, when someone gears you up, you know what I mean? Like they can work you. And then they just release that snippet of the interview because you definitely felt like she was angry about something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So of course they just gonna put her out going, but you know what I mean? And things might have led up to, she might have even explained her point of view. Like you said, Selena, hey, my mom is this, I'm mixed, I'm this, that, and the third, but they just go all that. And then, you know, because she's one, don't cross her and don't think she's not gonna stand up for herself. That's not gonna happen.
I don't like when they do that because
but they do.
So often,
Lisa Ray.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't like when they do that because when you get a snippet of something, it just cheats the public on the point. You know what I mean? And then they don't give us a second chance because the second chance is the first thing has already been out there, and then it's hard to clean that up. And they do that all the time. They do it even with headlines. Journalists do that. They
However, though, you do have the luxury now that people didn't have back in the day of social media, that immediately she should have responded to that and been like, y'all, they just took a snippet. You know, that's sometimes when like your people, you know, what's it called? Troubleshoot, or you know what I mean? When you manage, when things come out, like, nope, that's not what she meant. But yes, thank you. Yeah, her damage control should have jumped all over that because I've never known her to talk like that. Or
well, maybe, you know, maybe sometime that, you know, she takes the stance of not wanting to address anything, because once you start addressing something, then they want you to address it the next time and the next time, the next time, and you're like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not.
I don't say what I say
all the time.
And I'm with you on that, Lisa Ray, and I can tell you firsthand, KeKe Wyatt is the type of woman that does not care about what is thought or said about her. She is somewhere trying to tend to her children and be a mother and get her career going. And we all somewhere trying to figure out how to perform in this pandemic. So she's never struck me as the type of woman. And I've known her since we were kids. She's 17, I'm 22, 23 years old. And, she's never been the type of person that really cared about what somebody thought about her. That's never been her focus. But
I'm glad we have you here as sorry, Selena. I'm glad we have you here as a friend, because when you first see the story and you don't know the person, I don't know her, you know her. And it's so easy to be like the rest of the public and jump on that one thing. And it's happened to all of us, even right here on this show. They don't take the whole discussion, they take the one part, because that's what's going to get people to click. If you heard the whole conversation in its entire context, it wouldn't be no news. You would be like, oh, that makes sense. I'm gonna speak on this real quick. My mom's white, she's from Italy, my dad's black. I grew up with my mother. My father's been gone since I was 10. But I was very pro-black because on one hand, I liked it. But on the other hand, I feel like I had no choice. You can't, especially now, you cannot, I feel like you acknowledge your white side, you get attacked as a black person that doesn't want to be black. And you have to diss your white parent that was actually a very fantastic, a really good mom. And I have to check myself on that sometimes. I get people in my comments, you're so pro-black, you are half Italian. And I get defensive and I'm like, why am I feeling like this? It's the people that do this to us. Because I grew up perfectly fine, not really having any kind of identity problem with black, white. It was whatever. People were people to me. Right. And you know what I mean? And it's like, you can't even, you acknowledge your white side, you are a and you're a sellout and you ain't really down with the cause. And black folks, some that are narrow-minded will say, you can't sit with us. And we got to stop. We divide ourselves so much. Light skin, dark skin, this, that, you biracial, all this nonsense. Listen, I've not grown up as a white woman. I don't identify as a white woman, but a white woman truly loved me and had my back growing up. Amen. And please stop making us choose to Black folks, I'm talking to my brothers and sisters right now. Stop making biracial people have to diss their white parent to be black enough to be able to speak on our causes, because we don't get less discriminated against from white people. They may show we definitely have a privilege, but we still get it from them assholes. There's people that don't say, oh, well, you're half. I'm only gonna be a half a racist to you. And that's not saying exactly. We don't get the privilege, because there is a thing in America, light-skinned people do get privilege. And I hate that for dark-skinned folks in America. It's messed up. But Black people, can we stop doing that to ourselves and then deal with them as a group, a strong group together? Yeah. Because it's messed up what we do. Like, we got to pick and diss our one side to prove our allegiance to being Black.
And that's a good point you made, Claudia, because, regardless of what color her mother is, you honestly think she gonna disrespect her mother? You know what I'm saying? Right. You would be mad at her if she did that, regardless of what color she is. Her mother is white, but her mother birthed her. She came out of her stomach. You think she gonna disrespect her mother because of that? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Lorna, let me tell you something about Miss Lorna. Lorna is the opposite of a Karen. Okay, she down to the internet right now, threatening people all through the internet. And that ain't got nothing to do with white, Black, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Asian. Okay, she like, you're talking about my daughter, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I'm with her, because when you come for people's children, you know the story. Yes, it's on and popping.
So we have to take a quick break on that note, but I think this is a conversation that needs to, we have to keep having it, because we are going backwards in some regards. Like, we having Black people feeling they ain't Black, and we are white people here acting like they Black and they getting more love. Like, y'all showing the Kardashians, some of them, more love for being damn there with the culture. Okay. And biracial Black people that are on the front lines marching, getting spit on the house. Like, knock it the off. I know I ain't supposed to say that word on the show, but it seems befitting. We got to take a quick break. We'll be back. We'll be back with my Black ass, my Black sister. We come back.
Come back.